Well, I'm in storytelling, and basically you act out children's books, you play all the different characters, and you block it, and you do all the things the characters do in the book. And the name of my category is prose, and basically you take a novel and cut it into a 6 to 8 minute piece.
Okay, so I'm an extemporaneous, or extemp for short, which means I have limited prep. I have 30 minutes to create a piece on whatever question I get.
I am in the category of broadcasting, and basically the goal of that category is to replicate a news broadcast. So in such category, we are at the beginning of competitions, we are given 30 minutes to take some news articles and cut them down into a piece, and then we perform them, and they should be about 5 minutes long, and it's supposed to represent what you would see on TV.
Normally we have about a 15-minute meeting. It depends on what things are going down. Then if we have a tournament the following weekend, then it might go a little longer. If we don't have anything coming up, it might be a little shorter. But so if it's after a tournament, we'll probably pass out our critiques. We can look at those, ask them questions about it, and then we have about half an hour to go and work on our pieces. So as the captain, I go and work with other people that I'm captain of to help them develop their pieces. They split up and they go out to different places around the English hallway, and they work on developing their pieces.
As coaches, we do kind of a little bit of everything. Sometimes we're therapists and we're just there to kind of be a support system. But a lot of the time we're actively involved in their pieces in a variety of ways. So whether it's in our public address categories, reading over what they've written and making suggestions to strengthen the organization or the content of their speeches, or sometimes even in the dramatic categories, thinking about the cutting that they have and making sure that the climax is really clear, or the moral of the story is really clear. And then we get into working with the physical aspects of their performances. So their vocal inflection, their eye contact, how they use their body, their characterization, all of those things are things that we work on with them. And so it really just kind of depends on where they're at in the process and where they're at in the season. As we get further into the season, we're fine-tuning little details. Early on in the season, we're kind of focusing on big picture.
So when we get to we have to get to a competition really early. We're usually up 5, 6 in the morning, and then we go and we get registered and checked in. The coaches give us our rounds, so where we go for our 3 preliminary rounds, and then we wait for a general meeting, and that usually goes over what the day's going to look like for all of the teams. So if there's any drops or adds, which means a competitor adds into a category or drops out of. Drops are usually really nice because then it means you're more likely to place.
Secret buddies, so the captains will hand out names at practice. So it's just a random drawing, just how you do Secret Santa around the holidays. And so then you just go and you get a $5 gift, the person's name you draw, and then in the morning before tournaments we exchange the gifts, and it's just kind of a little pick-me-up, you get a little present before you have to compete. Polka dots really just bring us together as a team. It's something that I've always done all 3 years of my team, and they're supposed to bring us luck, but really they just really connect us. And so we pass the pen around, and the pen gains everyone's energy as it goes around the circle. And we all get a dot on our left wrist.
Hey, thank you all. Right, go team!
Yay! We got this, guys!
And then we go to our 3 preliminary rounds, and we have those 3 back to back, and then we go to lunch.
We have lunch after our 3rd preliminary round, so it's kind of our break in between our prelims and semis. So you should kind of get to relax for a bit, unless you really feel like you made semis and you get to stay stressed because you have to worry about more rounds to come. But if you were like, no, this is an off day, you just get to chill out, eat your lunch. So normally they have a pizza or a hot dog or something, and you can buy that for like really cheap, good food. You eat it with your team, and then you get to stress out until semis get posted. So they like to say that it's around 1, but normally it's around 2 at tournaments. They will carry down these big rolls of brightly colored paper. Well, sometimes it's just plain white. Those are the boring tournaments. But brightly colored, and they will hang them up on like a wall or a window, and it will say, have all of our codes and someone's last name and the room number. So you can either break to semis, so 12 people out of however many are competing in your category will break to semis.
I was actually really confused because my first 3 rounds were really bad. Well, at least I thought. And my boards kind of fell down a lot. So when semis were posted, I was just kind of cheering on the team, like, yeah, like everyone made the semis. And I was going to go and watch somebody's semis round. So info got posted, and I wanted to see who got to info semis because I had competed against a lot of them. And I saw my name, and I was like, what the heck? Like, I turned around, and I turned back, and I was like, wait, hold on. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like in semis, like I have to go and prepare my boards and speak again.
It was really surprising. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I think I was the least prepared member on the team because most of my practices I spent working with other teammates, and then I didn't pick out my piece till 6 days before the competition. I didn't have much time to memorize and block. It was really thrown together. But so it felt amazing to break because it was just like, oh, I felt amazing breaking the semis because I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I made it this far. And then breaking the finals was crazy because the competition this year in storytelling is really, really good. A lot of experienced storytellers, so breaking felt amazing.
One of our people, so Talia, when she's getting her recognition, it's okay to say woo, when you clap, but not an obnoxious long episode.
From Lake Orion, Talia Somerville. In 6th place, from Father Gabriel Richard, Kristen Schonling.
You know, I wasn't actually upset that I took 7th because I was just proud of myself for breaking the semis. So knowing that because it's usually 6 people and that if they take 7 to finals, that means that 2 people tied. I went into finals knowing I was probably one of the people that was tied to just make it into finals. So I wasn't really upset at all making 7th because I wasn't prepared. I knew my piece wasn't really clean, and when I got my critiques back, the main thing that they said was, I think you just need to clean it up and make it a little bit longer because I had a really short time compared to everyone else, and everyone in finals was really good. They were really clean and prepared. We're good. Until you go down the stairs. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
It's like part of famous rock band or something.
It'd be cool if we all do a TPW vlog and each week a different person has the camera. We're going to the Coney Island because it's a team kind of tradition to go after each tournament. So we're walking down Birmingham. So we usually don't do so well. There were years that we haven't placed anyone in finals.
This is Cheddar the cow, and he is my animal backpack. The whole team has animal backpacks, and they're great, and we're all super cute. Well, most of the team does.
I don't eat ketchup. It's taken place.
You can go Monday. I'll probably go Monday morning. There, no problem. And then yes, as soon as possible.
For the first tournament, I thought it went well. We had 11 kids there. We had 4 make it into semifinals and 1 made it into finals. As a team, we placed 5th in our division. So definitely a success, especially for how new a lot of our team.
Yeah, and it was a huge tournament. This is normally for a lot of teams the first tournament of the year, and it was the biggest tournament that they've had in recent years. So there were a lot more forensicators there competing. And we had a lot of kids too that maybe didn't necessarily break into semis or finals, but they were like right on the verge.
I've always been kind of fascinated with debate, but also I thought it's very beneficial to join a club, and I've not been proven wrong on that assertion.
I joined the team as a freshman, where I was always looking up to the older people on the team, and they were always helping me out with my piece. And then at the beginning of this year, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna ask someone for help with my intro or with the piece. And I just had to stop and be like, I'm the oldest now. I don't have anyone above me to help me out. Like, it's just so weird knowing that this is my last season and I just have to make the best of it.
They're an awesome group of kids. The team this year seems to they have so much fun when they're together. And so we yes, we love trophies and we like doing well and we love when our kids get accolades, but at the end of the day, we really more so care about how they are as human beings. And so we always tell them you're forensicators, but more importantly, you're people and you're students. And so there's so much more to just the trophies and the winning. And this is such a nice group of kids, and they're fun to be around, and they seem to really enjoy being around with each other.
They've come together quicker than I think any team we've ever had in terms of just spending time with each other and not really having any cliques. Very much a united group, which is nice.
So it's nice to have that team feel. And so, the performances, they'll continue to get better. The successes will continue to get there. But as coaches, at the end of the day, we've got great kids, and that really is more important to us than anything else.